Welcome everyone. In this video, we are in the Great League Remix, showcasing a very fun team featuring Froslass. Man, this is a very solid team, guys. It's actually inspired by one of my favorite content creators, Wallower. Shout out to Wallower. He is an absolute legend. Has a very firm grasp on the mechanics of this game and is always on the leaderboards and really making leaderboard pushes. If you don't know who Wallower is, hop on his channel, check him out, show Wallower some love because he is an amazing battler. But this is inspired by his remix team that he featured. The only difference is we're running with Empoleon in the lead, and he had Melmetal as his lead with the same backline. Oddly enough, Melmetal is actually one of the key core breakers to this team, but as we all know, one Pokemon cannot do it all. It would take a team effort for a Melmetal. Shiftry can also core break this team, but again, Shiftry cannot do it all. So also on this team, guys, we've got Drifblim. Drifblim will primarily be serving as our safe swap. If we have a bad lead, actually, technically, both Pokemon in the back can actually serve a dual purpose as both a safe swap and a closer. So, for example, guys, like with Empoleon, one of the worst leads that you could possibly see would be Shadow Machamp. In that case, you would want to safe swap into a Froslass because you can keep up with the pace of Shadow Machamp and dole out a lot of damage. Shadow Machamp is very glassy and can absolutely pose some problems for this team, as most Shadow Machamps do have access to Rock Slide, which can hit both of our back Pokemon for super effective. So something like that. All other leads you would safe swap into Drifblim. So very strong team, very fun team. We also have Empoleon in the lead, guys. Empoleon proves to be a very strong lead in this Great League Remix, as a lot of people like to lead with Diggersby. You do pick up the Diggersby matchup. It is much easier for Empoleon as opposed to Melmetal. That's why I chose to go Empoleon. Empoleon also with that steel typing will be resisting the flyers that you typically see. Most notably Noctowl, everybody's favorite new flying normal type since they gave it a buff with Shadow Ball. A lot of people like to lead with Noctowl. That's why we run Empoleon in the front to resist those flying normal types that can give our ghost types some problems. I had a lot of fun with this team, guys. It's a very strong team, very solid team for the Remix Cup. But without further ado, let's hop into this first battle here, guys. Such a strong team. Let's see what we're met with. Oh, Shadow Machamp. Terrible lead for us, guys, and we made a mistake. This was the first battle of the day, and we went into Drifblim rather than Froslass. And they come in with a Shiftry. So as you can see, guys, if we had gone into Froslass, they might have been a little bit hesitant to come in on Froslass, knowing that they will take some heavy fast move pressure. But because we came in with Drifblim, Shiftry typically has a good time, although we can hit them for super effective with Icy Winds and take a little bit of the sting off of that hard-hitting Shiftry with the Icy Wind debuff, and that did quite a bit. They let that go through. We are even on shields, but I think we call this, and no, it is the foul play. So yeah, we're just gonna farm down and have some energy for whatever they decide to bring in, and they've got a Lantern. So right off the bat, guys, holy smokes. First battle of the day, we meet our hard counter of the day. We encounter at least one or two of these rock, paper, scissors type matchups a day, maybe more. Sometimes it's pretty bad depending on the day, but yeah, we are just hard countered wherever we go. Our team unfortunately can't do a whole lot up against this opposing team. Shadow Machamp lead, 2 hard counters in the back for both of our Pokemon. Not good, not fun, not a fun time. But we're trying to make do here, trying to turn this around, but they are still up a shield. This Shadow Machamp does have a Rock Slide locked and loaded for our Froslass. Oh, that hurts. Terrible, and we just top left that. There is just no chance of winning up against that team. Good game, very well played to this battler. All right, so we're off to a shaky start, but I have a strong feeling that we can turn this around, guys. Just you wait. This team is very strong. I love Empoleon as the steel type up front because you get some added coverage with that water typing. You double resist ice, which there's a lot of ice in this cup. But we are met with a Clefairy, so very good lead for Empoleon. Obviously, with the steel typing, we are resisting this heavy charm damage. That's always nice because Charm is just so OP. We're going to look to get off a Hydro Cannon, and they decide to shield, and they go into a Mawile. Kind of threw us off a little bit, so what we're just going to chip with the Hydro Cannon. And if they let this go, this would do a lot of neutral damage, but we do draw that last shield, so we can come in with Drifblim and look to farm up here on this Mawile here. We're gonna farm up quite a bit because we want to have loaded energy. That was just a power up punch, so we called that. But that is vamping up this Fire Fang damage, and it is starting to add up. So we are gonna throw up a shield on the second one and farm up a little bit more before we get rid of it with a Shadow Ball. Mawile is pretty glassy, so this will absolutely KO, no problem. Bye bye, little Mawile. And I do imagine they come back in with that Clefairy or Granbull, double charm. Oh, wow. All right. Not going to denigrate this battler. You know, you are free to run whatever you want, really. But double charm, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think it takes very much talent. But that's all beside the point. They come back in with that Clefable. And we do force them to throw energy. We do have shield advantage. We're going to let Empoleon go down. We're thinking Froslass can really close this game strong for us. We're going to farm this Clefable all the way down. They're not getting to a charge move. And we've got some loaded energy for that Granbull. They knew that. They conceded the match. You see how strong this team is, guys? Overcoming double charm. Good game. Well played to this battler. How about Froslass closing the game strong up against Double Charm? Guys, if you like what you're seeing, give the video a like. That is the best thing you can really do to help this channel out. And let's see what we got. A Cofagrigus. All right, pretty neutral lead for us. But they swap immediately into a Malamar. Very interesting. So because they did that, I'm thinking that they really want to double up on superpowers. So I'm prepared to go down 2 shields. Being dark type, we absolutely don't want this anywhere near our ghost types because they can really spam off this foul plays at a very, very fast rate. So we are prepared to go down 2 shields. We know we got to do it. But this Malamar is very glassy. And they did let that Hydro Cannon go through, and that almost one-shot it. A couple of waterfalls takes it out after the debuffs. And I do imagine they come back in with that Cofagrigus, knowing that shields are down, but they've got a Shadow Machamp in the back. Holy smokes. Okay, so we're going to look to get off some chip damage. Thinking that they're going to shield. Most battlers have to absolutely save at least 1 shield for their Shadow Machamp. And they come back in with that Cofagrigus after we aggressively go into our Drifblim. Knowing that they likely want to save both shields for their Shadow Machamp, we go right for the Shadow Ball. And let's see. Boom! Say bye-bye, Cofagrigus. Holy smokes. Drifblim putting in work, taking out the Cofagrigus. But this Shadow Machamp is still a big problem for us, guys. Like I said in the beginning, Shadow Machamp can cause some problems. It's going to take a team effort. But again, we know that one Pokemon cannot do it all, guys, even up a shield. So we're going to come in with Froslass. We're going to get off as much Powder Snow damage as we can before they get to this Rock Slide. From a Shadow Machamp, it does one shot, and we say bye-bye to our own Froslass, and Empoleon, 1 waterfall, takes out the Shadow Machamp. Oh my goodness, what a fun battle. Good game. Very fun team. Good game to this battler. What a crazy battle. Holy smokes. And I just noticed, well, I didn't just notice, but I don't know if you guys just noticed that we weren't paying attention and we went into the Great League with this Great League Remix team. So we're going to see how this team holds up in the Great League. We're met with a Whiscash. We got to go right in the Froslass, and we are met with a Bastiodon. Holy smokes. But guys, Froslass is an absolute monster. No matter what league it's in, it hits like a truck. We're just going to get off as many Shadow Balls as we can before this Bastiodon can completely farm us down, because that is the right play if you're up against an ice type or a flyer with Bastiodon. You just farm all the way down, but you're going to take a lot of damage in the process, guys. And as you can see, Froslass hanging in there with the Bastiodon. Holy smokes. We got this thing into the red. My goodness. So this is the perfect health range for us to farm down. Not going to shield anything. They did throw the wrong move there, guys. If you're ever playing Bastiodon, you're up against an Empoleon, definitely go Flamethrower. That's going to hit for neutral rather than resisted. And they do go for the right move there, but that's okay. Not going to shield it. Get some beautiful Go Battle lag right here. Expecting them to come back in with Whiscash, we go right into Drifblim, and they're staying in. Oh, man. So something in the back does not want to see Drifblim, guys. This is a dead ringer. Whenever they stay in, when they don't need to, something in the back is weak. So we got to play this the right way. This Whiscash did farm up to Blizzard, and they're going for the jugular. They're trying to get rid of our Drifblim. We are not going to let them do that, guys. We're going to spam them with as many icy winds as we can. They do hit for neutral with that water ground typing, and they are starting to add up, all the while debuffing that attack in the process. So they did farm up to it again, so we got to throw up a shield, guys. They can't really go Mud Bomb, to be fair, either. And they had an Alolan Marowak in the back. Okay, so now we see why they stayed in. We're going to look to debuff with an Icy Wind. We did build up to Shadow Ball. That would nearly one-shot this Alolan Marowak, and they are wisely shielding. We did lower that attack, so we do know that at this point a Shadow Bone does not KO, and that allows us to get to the Shadow Ball. We're going to pressure that last shield. If they let this go through, this will take out the Alolan Marowak. They almost have to shield, and they do. We know that we're one waterfall away from our Hydro Cannon, and we get to it. Empoleon, holy smokes. Coming in clutch, getting to the Hydro Cannon. Bye-bye, Alolan Marowak. And that Whiscash has nearly fainted. 2 waterfalls does the trick on that Whiscash. Closing the game strong. Empoleon, my goodness. Good game. Very well played to this battler. Are you beginning to see how strong this team is, guys? Even in the open Great League, this team is holding up pretty strong, guys. I love this team. I wanted to hop back into the Remix Cup while it was still around. I haven't been playing too much of it, but whenever I do have a lot of fun. And we are met with a Pelipper. Okay, very good matchup for Empoleon. We resist everything that this Pelipper could possibly throw, although a Hurricane would hurt. Pelipper hits very hard, and Empoleon in the Great League is not as bulky as it is in the Ultra League. So they only farmed up. They didn't quite farm up to the Hurricane, so we called that. We knew that would be a Weather Ball. But we're going to look to get off a Drill Peck. They do shield. We're going to go for another one, see what they want to do. If they let this go through, this would hurt quite a bit. Pelipper is pretty squishy, and we get that second shield. Wow. So we go into Drifblim. And this is going to be the Hurricane. They actually farmed up to it this time, so we're going to shield that up. We got to shield that up, and they're staying in. Oh, man. Something in the back doesn't want to see Drifblim. I don't know what it was about today, but a lot of things in the back don't want to see a Drifblim today. And we get rid of that Pelipper with an Icy Wind. Let's see it. What didn't want to see us? Oh, a Hypno makes perfect sense. Hypno definitely doesn't want to see Drifblim, especially with shields down. Holy smokes, this Shadow Ball is going to be doing quite a bit. Say bye-bye to Hypno. See you later, Hypno. And they've got a Clefable in the back. So these charms are adding up, but it's not going to take us out before we can get to another hard-hitting Shadow Ball. Not going to take it out, but get it pretty close. Wow. Drifblim going off on this team, so we can comfortably come back in with Empoleon and farm it right down, resisting those charms with our steel typing. Such a powerful team. Good game to this battler. Very well played. I had a lot of fun with this team, guys. That's the team. Got off to a bit of a rocky start with that first battle being completely hard countered no matter where we went, but we were able to turn it around, pull out a nice 4-in-1 set in the Great League Remix. You don't get much better, guys. You can't complain with a 4-in-1 set in Pokemon Go Battle League. That is, as they say, where the money is made. Getting those 4-in-1 sets and those 5-0 sets. That is really how you climb in GBL, especially early on. you're able to climb early, reach your goals early, then rest of the season you can let your hair down and have some fun, guys. That's how I look at it. So yeah, very strong team, guys. Very solid team. Like I said, it was inspired by Wallower's team that runs the same backline with Drifblim and Froslass. The only difference is Wallower ran Melmetal in the front as his steel type, whereas we chose to go with Empoleon. And that's just because I favor Empoleon in the Diggersby matchup, although Diggersby seems to have fallen off a little bit with all the people countering Diggersby. Diggersby is ranked number 1 overall in the Great League Remix, so that's going to bring a lot of hard counters in the process. So in the event that we do run into a Diggersby, we know that Empoleon has a very nice time up against it. You just really have to watch out for the earthquakes, whereas, you got some heavy fast move pressure that hits for super effective with those waterfalls from Empoleon. I also like Empoleon because you get an extra layer of resistance with ice type damage. Everybody's running Froslass. You see Laprases and Dugongs all over the place. So that's why I kind of like Empoleon a little more than Melmetal. Although Melmetal does have its merits as well, guys. You can give both a try. If you have access to both, try both out, see what you like better. But we landed on good old Empoleon for this team today. Again, I like the fast move pressure with Waterfall, and you still maintain the defensive typing of Steel along with a very nice added Water typing, which allows you to double resist any ice type damage. You're going to be resisting water, whereas Melmetal does not resist water. There's a lot of water in this cup as well. A lot of people are running Pelipers, as we saw with did run into a few Politoads as well. So I like Empoleon as the steel type, but again, try both. If you have access to both, give both a try. If you don't, and you have one or the other, give it a shot, guys. This team is a good team to get an early climb in Pokemon Go Battle League Season 10. So it plays like an ABB team, guys. Outside of a Machamp lead, your Drifblim will be your primary safe swap. If you are met with a Machamp in the lead, you'll want to safe swap in a Froslass. That's really the only circumstance that I can think of where you would do that. And the reason is because Froslass can keep up with the pacing of Machamp and dole out a lot of hard-hitting charge move pressure as well between Avalanche and Shadow Ball. So, but other than that, Drifblim's going to be the safe swap. If you're met with something crazy like, the Shadow Machamp, which we saw earlier. Like I said, guys, I get comments all the time on my videos. What about this Pokemon? Or this Pokemon is a big problem. Guys, I'm telling you, I read those comments and I do appreciate them. They, you can't imagine. I appreciate the comments, but you got to realize one Pokemon cannot do it all, guys. And if you play the right way and you make it a team effort, you can overcome those challenges. So that's what we got with this team. We had a lot of fun with it, guys. Froslass, I caught this Froslass during the Incense Day. I think it was Sunday, that Incense Day. I had one. I had a Froslass before this one, but it had Hatch IVs. I think I might have got it from a raid or special research, but I had a Froslass for the longest. I just never really used it just because the IVs were not optimized for PvP. It had like the high attack, and so I caught this one, and my eyes lit up when I saw the IVs on it. I was like, I'm definitely gonna build this one, guys. Holy smokes, we got a PvP Froslass from the Incense Day. It worked out really well, so I built it the other day, just yesterday, and decided to run it today with Empoleon Double Ghost in the Remix Cup. Guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.